In the early 1990s, I was a teacher, a high school teacher, and I can tell you at that time our schools were well funded, our buildings were well maintained, there was money for sports teams and extracurriculars, and for special ed. Every child had a textbook for every subject that they took. And then in the early 2000s, when my kids were in school, the government of the day started making cuts to schools. And I joined the Toronto Parent Network to fight those cuts. In 1995, the government took control of our education taxes in Toronto, and since then, in almost every year, they've handed the Toronto District School Board a funding shortfall. This year, the funding shortfall is $28 million, and the TDSB trustees are being asked to make drastic cuts to staff programs and services in order to balance the books. But more important than that, there's a $239 million ongoing funding shortfall for programs that this government is simply not funding, and this includes special education, it includes money for textbooks, it includes money for sports and extracurriculars, and now the TDSB is considering cutting seniors' daytime programs, they're considering cutting grade 6 outdoor education trips, and more. This is absolutely reprehensible to be making cuts to our schools, particularly for this generation of students who have survived through the pandemic and need more supports, not less. So I'm calling upon the government today to reinstate the funding for the Toronto District School Board and for every school board across this province so that our students do not face another round of cuts.